Alright, we are back. This is, Forever Alone. This is the third episode I've recorded in a row. This is right after last episode. I do have the house to myself, and that's what I need, so that's why I'm doing this all at once. Let's get rid of this. So, last episode I talked about depression, and this episode we're talking about the thing that my depression led to, which is self-mutilation. It's a doozy to talk about. I'm taking on some hard stuff to talk about here. But, it's difficult. When you suffer from it, you really don't have anyone to talk to at all. I know a couple people who have suffered from it also, and I've talked to them. But it was usually about them. And so, usually it would end up with... What is this? This must be a way out. Must be. It would usually be helping them. I rarely received help, if I ever did, which I don't think I ever did. Is there something I can... Oh, not really. Oh, I can combine these two swords and then I'll have some room to collect this. So, just like with anorexia and depression, I was on my own. But with this is a little bit more self-destructive than depression. So, it wasn't so good for me to be alone. But I confessed eventually about what I was doing. Let somebody know. That's the best thing you could ever do. I mean, when you're going through these things, you have like this humongous weight on your shoulders. And you feel like you can't breathe sometimes. And you feel like you're just suffocating and you can't do anything about it. But once you tell somebody, it's over. Whatever's been eating you, it's out in the open now. What's it gonna do now? Now that it's out in the open, it's time to start working on it. So I worked on it a lot. And here I am, I'm 19. I haven't relapsed in a year. Which has been a long, long time. Hey! Oh, you're up in a... That's what's going on. I was wondering. So, it's not easy. And, let's block this off before I go out there. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing I did last time with anorexia. I'm going to pretty much answer the basic questions that people ask whenever they find out about someone that has anorexia or issues with self-mutilation. Why? Well, I go back to coping mechanisms. I didn't have any coping mechanisms. And it's kind of like self-medicating. I was depressed. I was feeling trapped. I needed a way to feel better. And then the question to that is, how does that make you feel better? Well, there's a physiological answer to that. The fight or flight method, or mechanism, whatever it's called. When you get hurt or get put in a stressful situation, you go into this fight or flight. Sorry, losing my voice. I'm talking too much. you go into this fight or flight thing. And, also adrenaline. Adrenaline works wonders. And, oh, I can't remember all the names for everything. Oh well. Endorphins. Yeah, that's it. Feel good hormones. You hurt yourself, and there's this drug called endorphins, and it releases in your body, and all of a sudden everything feels all fine and dandy. And so that's what happens when you hurt yourself, or when you are hurt. And that's the answer to that. You feel so terrible that physical pain does help. It makes you feel invincible, almost. Like, whatever was hurting you can't hurt you anymore. So, I'm trying to get out of here now. I don't know how. I'm lost. Pig's about to break. Yes! There. Now I can collect these. That's a Y. That's why. That's one Y. I told you about the coping mechanisms. And then I told you about that. Oh god, it's so dark in there. Oh. There you go. That's a little bit better. Just getting even more lost. It's okay. Oh! Here's a way out! Hey! Okay. Aw, really? So, oh, I hear devils. Let me get out of here. I need to get some lava. Lava! No light down that way. Actually, I need to go pee. I really do. I've been sitting here since like 11. And I've been drinking the whole time. Not drinking water. I don't drink. Have to make sure that is said. I drink water. I hear you. I hear the zombie. Hey, zombie! You ain't down here. Where are you? I want to kill you. Oh, I've been here. Deja vu. Yay, lava. But, how to describe this? It's a little bit harder to describe because I still have to deal with the thoughts and the feelings all the time. They haven't gone away from me. I still get those. I still have those days where I have to say no, I can't do that, or I have to just try to hang on to what little sanity I have left. When it comes to this. And honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of that. That's a little pessimistic, I know. But that's how I feel. Free! I'm out! I'm free! So, whew, I'm all of a sudden, like, really, really tired. I wish I knew the way out of here now. Done forgot how to get out of here. Is this it? Oh, it is. This is the way out. Proper way out. Up here. Down here. All around. Ow. Down here. Oh. That scared me. I don't know why. Over here. Ah, there's the workbench. Here's my way out. So, warning signs for this. Because I got a little sidetracked there. Warning signs could be, well, depression. And I told you the warning signs of depression in the last episode. And, long sleeve shirts or long pants in the middle of the summer or on hot days. Period. If it's too hot to be wearing certain clothing and they're wearing that clothing, then that's a big warning sign. Please don't blow me up, creeper. I saw you, I saw you, I saw you, I saw you. I shall run. Run away! Run away! Let me kill the skeleton! Come here. So many creepers. Wow, look at all the creepers. Hey. Here. Behind me. I'm good. Okay. Got that guy killed. Come here. So long sleeves, long pants on hot days. Seclusion, big thing. With any disorder or anything like this. When your child goes from being very social to not social, that's a big, big thing. That's a big warning sign. You need to pay attention to that. So, that's just a couple, but whew, that was close. Let's see, what else? There's a ton of warning signs. Mood swings. Mood swings are a big thing. Now, problem with saying mood swings is, well, I'm a teenage girl. I have mood swings. But mood swings on, you know, regular basis. I know now I'm not a very moody person, but then again I'm a bit older. Aggression. I was very aggressive towards not only just general people, but also friends and family members. Very aggressive towards. Violent. I had a lot to deal with. I would take it out on not only myself, but also on others. And so, violence. Big thing. To pay attention to. And, let's see, what else? There's just so much. And the thing is, if your child starts acting a little off on one of these counts, don't just be like, oh, are you depressed or whatever? That just pisses them off. But if your child is like, a lot of these things are being checked off, there might be a problem. There might be something that you need to talk about with your child. Poetry. Started writing poetry my last day of 8th grade. And through my poetry, I've expressed a lot of the feelings that I've gone through, and a lot of things I've gone through. And the thing is, my mom's read my poetry. My dad read my I don't think my dad read my poetry, actually. But my mom's read my poetry, and it's been completely oblivious. She's been completely oblivious. If your child is writing dark poetry, first of all, before I continue on, that could just be your child's style of writing. We all have a particular style of art forms. Mine is dark poetry. I'm better when it comes to strong emotions. And so it's easy to write that off as what's going on. So that's what my mom did. And come here. Yeah. So this is I'm really tired at this point. I just want to lay down and take a nap. This is a lot to I know I'm talking about it, it's just kind of like, just want to lay down, I don't want to talk anymore. So, I'm going to keep talking. It's good for me, and it's good for other people who might see this or hear this, or maybe they'll find out that somebody is in need, and it's good. And that's the whole point of this. So, don't be like, oh, well, this person has this, or don't do something like that. But if you start getting a lot of those warning signs from one person, might be time to worry. And don't just say, hey, are you doing this, or hey, just kind of ease into it. Ask them how they're feeling, what's going on. Just kind of make a connection with that person, because that person's feeling very alone. If they are going through this, they're feeling very lonely. They just need somebody who is not gonna be overpowering, but who cares. The whole time I was doing all this stuff, I just needed somebody who cared. I needed somebody who loved me, or at least made me feel like they loved me. And somebody who was willing to listen, and somebody who I knew was not going to be scared by this. That's another big thing. If somebody tells you this stuff, don't say, oh my god, or, you know, have a big reaction. Because that just hurts a lot. And if it's your friend or anybody that you know, and they tell you, this person has a lot of trust in you. They trust you with their life, pretty much. Because this thing is ruling them, and they told you about it. That's a big, big deal. and you need to treat the situation carefully. Because this person needs help, but if you react like they're disgusting or what they're doing is horrible, which it is, it's horrible, I know it is, but if you make things seem really, really bad, or you react badly, this person gets discouraged, and once again they go silent about their disorder, which is not good. So just watch how you react when somebody tells you, or if somebody has told you. Another thing is just encouraging. Just not encouraging them to do it, but encouraging them to stop. Don't be like, oh, you have to stop right now. That is the worst thing you can do. Because this thing has been all they've had for this time, for however long they've been doing it. And then all of a sudden somebody's going to come in and say, oh, you've got to stop right now? Hell no. I would have turned away from that immediately, and I would have said, what the hell do you think you're doing? Talk with the person. Make sure you stay in contact with them as much as possible. Text them, Facebook. We're very connected in this day and time, and it's no excuse to not be connected to this person. In the long run, you do want to help them find somebody to, you know, some therapist. But that's not going to be something that you're going to be able to do right away, because this person is going to have to overcome a lot to be able to step foot into a therapist's room. I'm still overcoming my fear of therapy. I've said that before. So just love on the person, because it's so much pain, and you want to be rid of it, but you don't know how to get rid of it, because it's overrun your life. It feels hopeless to even think about getting rid of it, because it's just always there. There's a couple ways to deal with it, and I told y'all a couple of warning signs. Like I said, reaction is a big thing. As soon as they tell you that, you've got to be on your feet, and you've got to be ready to handle stuff that they're going to tell you, because it's going to be gruesome. I remember when I told my youth minister, actually I don't know how much I told him, how much gruesome stuff I told him, but I told somebody else about it, and I would actually start talking to them, and I was like, hey, I need somebody to talk to, this isn't working, I've got these feelings, and I need to talk them out. And I would go through the most gruesome details, blood and gore and everything, with this person. And that's what we really need. So much. Because we're so scared to tell people, because we've told people before, and they've run away. And so we're scared if we tell somebody that they're going to run away, so we don't want to tell anybody, because, well, we don't want to lose you guys. Because you're the only support we have, even though you don't know. So that's just a huge thing. Absolutely huge. Eventually encourage the person, don't push hard, don't, on this next thing, but encourage the person to see somebody if it continues, and if they don't have control over it. If they don't have control, they need to see somebody. Maybe even say, I'll go with you, or at least drive them to the office yourself. Something to kind of push them in the right direction. So that is, whew. I need a break. I'm stretching now. I need a break so bad. Haven't done much other than caving, but it's been interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this episode here, and I think I'm gonna take a break. I might record another episode in a few minutes, but right now I kind of want to step away from the computer. Maybe go write a little bit. Not really hungry, but maybe have a snack. Just kind of recuperate from everything I've said now, because I've admitted to a lot. But the reason why I'm doing this, it's not because it's not all about me, although it does help me a whole lot to be able to say all this stuff and be able to finally admit it and finally, you know, really work past it. That's a big thing, working past it. Hey, give me that seed. Give me that seed. I want it. But also, not just to help myself, but to help others. There's other people who are going through this, and I know there are, because I hear about it every day. But like I said before, it's a very, very silent disorder. You get consumed by these things and you don't talk about them. And the thing is, you've got to break the silence. Somebody's got to break the silence. And many people do, and I'm so happy that people have and started to do so and all that. And so I decided to break my own silence and finally admit to everything. And like I said, with anything else, if you're dealing with anything I've talked about, or any other disorders even, I like to talk. Some days I won't be great for emotional support because I need emotional support myself, but I like to talk, and that's a big thing, is talking. That's a huge thing, is finally talking about stuff. And that's only the first step in the right direction. So thank you all for watching. And like I said, if you need to talk, I'm here. If you have any questions about anything, or if you have any questions about other disorders, I can do my best to answer. I actually kind of like talking about this, so I might actually talk about other disorders that I have not personally experienced, but disorders that maybe some other people have experienced. And it's important to talk about them too, just as it's important to talk about the ones I talked about today. Because people are affected by them, and people need to talk about them, and we just don't, because it's taboo. It's people think it's wrong to talk about such things, and it's not. So I think that might be a thing for a couple of episodes, a couple more episodes actually, and questions, comments, whatever. I'll take them, and I'll do my best to answer if I don't know the answer, and if I do, I'll answer as truthfully as possible. So, thank you all for listening. If you are listening, I'm sure it's taken a lot to listen, because this isn't really something people talk about. I know I haven't done much, like I said, I've only been caving. But if you're listening, maybe you're affected by one of these disorders, or you just genuinely want to listen and hear. Or maybe somebody you know is being affected by this. So thank you all for watching. I'm angryhippielady. It's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure, sharing these things with you. Letting you know my thoughts, my comments, and how I feel about these things. It's been absolutely amazing. And I will see you next time. Peace out.